Yeah, you have to answer the call when I... Hold on, this ain't working. What the fuck? Hold on a second. What the fuck is going on now? No, that doesn't... I can hear you just fine, but it's not playing through the recorder. It's like it's not using Bluetooth.
Oh, no.
The fuck? I hate Facebook. I gotta figure this shit out. Hold on. Why isn't it... I swear we had this problem before, and I swore I'd never use Facebook for this shit again. Fuck my life. Tried to do something nice, and Facebook fucks it up. Hold on. Got it. There we go. Figured it out. Yeah.
All right, give me
Fucking... I don't know why they have to bury it in settings, but... Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck ever. Yeah, so what's going on, dude?
Not much, man. How are you?
Just got my fuck. Yeah, they just started on my basement today, so...
I heard you said you were going to have your basement are you finished and all that stuff, so...
Yeah, So the guys came and started today. They're like, we're going to come start on Sunday. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's a weird day to start, but okay.
I'm like, all right. So he's like, well, we got all the shit. He goes, so we're going to drop it off on Saturday. He goes, and we'll be back tomorrow morning to start framing stuff up. I'll be damned
if yeah, dude.
They didn't knock out and frame the basement out like as quick as possible.
Fuck yeah, man.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Still got to figure out where the bathroom wall is going to go. Still got to they still have to frame up another wall there's the well pressure tanks in the way. Get that framed up. And then there's another wall where we're putting a wet bar. They haven't gotten to yet, but they can't do any of that until we figure some other shit out. But yeah, so we're good. We're good.
How's the new house?
Love it.
Good.
Love it. It's so much better than the old house that I was in.
Right.
I'm in such a better mood.
Oh, I bet.
In general, 15 years worth of living in a house I hated to now move into something that I actually like.
Right.
I'm really happy about it.
Not that your old house, I mean, every time I came over, your house to me was always a really nice place to come and visit anyway, but nice. I know from all the issues you told me you've had on the house, I know you're happy to be away from it. So
yeah, I mean, I like the house, kind of, but at the same time, it wasn't what I wanted. And we built that house. Hold on, give me one quick second.
Yeah, bud, go for it.
All right. I could hear myself echoing out of the bathroom because the bathroom door was open.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this room I'm in now, it's just an extra bedroom, but it's got a Jack and Jill bathroom. So, and it connects to my daughter's room, and then the bathroom's shared between the two. And so that door was open, I could hear myself echoing. Yeah, I mean, we built that house, and it just wasn't what I wanted. It was a lot of what Liz wanted, and she liked the house because, we built it. We kind of designed the layout and everything, but there were just things that the builder did. He went against everything that I wanted to do, which drove me fucking insane. So I just wanted out of it, and now we're out, and now we're over here, and it's... You got less stress with your neighbors and everything too, so... Well, yeah, I like my neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the neighbors are so much better over here, much more friendly, not so combative and narcissistic and fucking everything else you can think of someone who's just a fucking pain in the ass. But
right.
Anyway. So, yeah, we ran into an issue today. So, like, we were going to record, and Mike, like, at the last minute, he's like, hey, family emergency. Something came up, whatever. He didn't tell me. He just was like, something's come up. I'm like, all right, yeah, no worries. And then Randy's having car issues. So he was just like, well, I told Beth we canceled the show. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
Hey, that's a great ceiling you got there.
Yeah. Well, so I know you saw the post, but hi, puppy. We got another puppy.
Yeah.
And somehow she is jailbroke into the front office, the front room here. Hold on a second.
Awesome.
Out of here, you think? How'd you get in here? How'd you get in here? Hey, out! Come on, get out! So yeah, she jailbroke into the bar area because I have a gate up because she's almost 6 months old and she is somewhat potty trained.
Yeah.
But the only carpet we have down here in the lower part of the house is in the front room, and we brought her home last night. And that's where she's been going to the bathroom. That's on the carpet. So, yeah,
no buenos. No,
but it couldn't be like, and that was everything I put in the post about her was true. You know, I found a guy online. We've been talking about getting another German Terrier Pointer because we love our dog, and I found one online. And the guy had a litter of 11. He'd been sitting on them for about 6 months. And he's like, I just need to get him out of here now.
Oh. Is he not tried to sell them, or is he just...
I think he did at one time, but I don't think with all the crap going on and the weather and everything else, they just weren't moving. And so he had them up for free to a good home with their freaking registered papers on them.
Damn.
So, yep. So we drove all the way to Marengo yesterday, and my wife got to pick this one out because I picked Link out.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have Link and Zelda. So
nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Cool.
How's Bentley?
Oh, he's a little asshole.
Yeah? Is he adjusting to the new house yet or no?
Yeah, he's adjusting to the new house. He's very vocal at this point, which I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, he's a little dog. He's an Aussie Shepherd. He's an Aussie Shepherd Poodle mix, which Aussies aren't notoriously barky.
No.
And poodles aren't notoriously barky.
No.
He is super barky at everything. So he's afraid of everything.
Uh-huh.
That's the part that drives me, I think, most insane is if I just pick up a pen, he runs.
He barks at it.
No, he runs.
Shit. Oh, he runs. Okay.
But, like, we had the guys here in the house working, and he's, like, every time they'd come up from the basement, he's just like, quack, 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 quack. I'm like, shut up. And so I had to end up putting his training collar on him. And every time he would, like, even remotely growl or try to bark, I would just hit the vibrate button and try to, correct him. And then give him a treat, be like, oh, good boy, don't bark. It didn't do any good. I think I went through a pound of treats today. So,
or he figured your game out, and he was like, I'll just do this to get a treat. So,
yeah. Well, I didn't give it to him every time he growled. I'd do it after the correction, and he stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a whole thing. Like, he's just been everybody that any and everybody that comes through the door, even me. Like, if I open up the front door, if he hears the front door unlock, he starts barking.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and I had to change the chimes on our alarm so that, because he would bark if the chime went off. So I had to change the chimes so that he didn't know it was, didn't recognize that chime and then start barking immediately. I was like, fuck, man, come on.
Right.
You're not a guard dog.
Give me a break, man.
You're just you're a designer family pet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but other than that, he's doing real well. He's adjusted to the house. We're all adjusting still, like trying to figure I'm still trying to figure things out, like what the previous owner and the original owner of this house did, because I'm the third owner of the house. But so The basement. The basement's huge. The basement's probably 1,800 square foot.
Which is bigger than my house. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically 3 bedrooms and a bathroom in the basement. It's an apartment.
Damn. Yeah.
It's fucking huge. Like, and that includes storage space. Like, there's like, it's fucking enormous down there.
Is all your maintenance shit down there, like your furnace and all that shit too? Or is
the furnace is all down, and it's all in one area of the basement. So except for the well pump,
nice.
Except for the well pump. The well pump's the one thing that I got to move. That I was just like, it's one of those things you look at and you go, the furnace is over here, the evacuation pump for the evacuation pit and pump for the bathroom is over here.
Right.
The water softener, all that shit's over here. Why is the well pump way the fuck over there?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be where the well comes in, where the water comes in the house. It can be anywhere as long as it is the first thing before everything else in the house. So we're moving it out of this area, and so the basement, that's this little bar area in the basement, I'm either going to call the Lucky Lounge or 3 nooks. Okay. It's literally 3 nooks in a clover shape, in a 3-leaf clover shape, that make up this bar area and lounge in the basement.
Very nice. So,
haven't decided yet on what I'm going to call it, but like Lucky Lounge is something I started years ago, and I was going to do it like an apparel company called Lucky Lounge, Martelle's Lucky Lounge, and started like designing different things, and then this happened with this house, and I'm like, ooh, this can either be the 3 nooks or the Lucky Lounge. So, I don't know. Still trying to figure it out. But once I do, it'll be good.
Hell yeah, man. So, well, I told you, when you first announced you were getting the house, I told you how excited I was for you and your family. That's just a fucking awesome thing to get out of the situation you got, that your neighbor was kind of putting you into, and then you have to deal with all that stress and bullshit. So it was nice to see you guys get to somewhere where it's more for your family, and then obviously you actually have a house you actually enjoy. So
right. I mean, granted, I have to put like another $100,000 into it to get it where I want it, but it's only money, right? You can't take it with you.
That's what they say.
So, well, that's the thing. I'm not shy about it. I am by no means a rich person.
Right.
I am well off, but I am by no means rich. But like, this basement's costing me almost $50,000.
Damn.
And that doesn't include any finishing work. That is That is framing the walls. Framing the walls and then drywalling and ceiling, insulation, completed bathroom, and basically a wet bar. But I still have to go pick out the cabinets and countertop for that and the sink. And then that's it. And flooring.
Right.
That doesn't include paint. That doesn't include additional cabinets on the wall. That doesn't include any of the lighting. Like, he's going to put in can lights and recessed lighting for me, but that doesn't include me buying like either the Govee system or the Philips Hue system for the recessed lights. That doesn't include... I haven't even talked to him about putting in crown molding yet, and potentially doing backlit crown molding around the ceiling.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it hard.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Doing a multicolor, doing white, potentially white or off-colored, whatever color I end up choosing, which is kind of a greenish color, but whatever color I choose for the basement, doing an off-color version of the crown molding, maybe darker against the ceiling, or white, because the ceiling's just going to be white anyway. But do crown molding and then just have it recessed just slightly so that the lights fire upwards to the ceiling, and then do full RGB lights with phone control.
Nice.
Around the ceiling. So just trying to figure that shit out too. It's just, it's all just a pain in the ass. Like, designing, and I come from the world of designing. It's just, designing anything's a pain in the ass.
Right. I'm going through that shit right now, because the situation that's going on with my show and the changes we had to make. So now I'm not really scrambling because we haven't got to the point where I'm ready to release another show yet. But it's like now I got an okay from a record company and a band to use their song as the new intro, and I have to come up with a whole new intro to do. So
yeah,
it's
dude,
irritating and exciting all at the same time. But then I hit creator's block, and I'm like, I sit here for an hour and a half having a whiskey and a cigar, and I don't get nothing done. And it's like I just gotta get up and go do something else, and I never come back to it. Like, I sat here last night. Mandy was in here doing a puzzle, and she was sitting at the one end of the bar, and I was sitting where I am now, and I just sat here and stared at the screen. I'm like, I have nothing.
I'll tell you what.
So,
keep it fucking simple.
Yeah.
Like the intro you have now is fucking elaborate. I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. No, it's.
But if you're having issues, just keep it fucking simple.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah.
When we went to when we started the YouTube shit, mm-hmm. I used the same logo that we had and animated a circle.
Yeah.
And that was it. Just keep it. Like, I don't want to. I even took away the countdown that I initially had started using, mm-hmm. because I'm like, no, let's just make this even more simple than adding the countdown. I don't even put the intro music up. Like, that's all part of it, because I edit the audio separate from the video.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that when I came out and recorded you guys last time we were on your back porch, that you count down in your head and you launch into it, and you actually know where to put it at when you go to edit the video and stuff. So
I just do like a pause. That's all, mm-hmm. before I do the. I mean, I didn't even do the intro for this show, and I'm not going to do one.
That's fine.
It's just like I just stop for a second, do the intro, and then I apply the music after the fact. And because I never miss. There's a cue, and I never miss that cue because I'm mm-hmm. placing the music after the fact. And even if you watch the YouTube videos, we'll talk for a minute or two,
right,
before that music ever kicks in.
I'm here. I'm putting my phone in. The dog.
No, it's all right. I'm having breathing issues today.
Oh shit!
And my nose is just running.
Oh, okay.
Like post nasal drip. That's all. But yeah, so I just whatever. Just keep it simple. That's
yeah.
Take your logo, make it easy, make it simple, apply some intro music to that, maybe do your voiceover, and then just have it run right into the show. I mean, not because everybody looks at Rogan for what he does, but look at Rogan's intro. Mm-hmm. It's really nothing.
Very, very basic. Yeah, it's nothing.
So, and that's kind of where I just like everybody else, I took the idea to keep it basic and simple, and just it's in, mm-hmm. logo fades out, video fades in, video fades out, logo fades in at the end,
right? And
just be done with it. Like it's not worth the headache. I mean, reality is we're not making any money doing this shit.
No, and that's true too. So
I'm not. I mean, I put time and effort into it because I got to edit it every week or whatever the case is. So I am putting, but the whole point of our show, and same as yours, there's no script, there's no editing to it. Whatever gets said, gets said.
Yep.
And nothing gets cut out. Unless it's like super egregious, and then I'll
there's times we did the explaining what happened roughly, and my wife unfortunately was in the room, and she came over and actually said what was going on. I was like, yep, well, I'm cutting that out because I'm not trying to put the whole fucking story out what was going on. Right. So, but yeah.
Well, other than that little mishap, how's everything else going with your show?
Good. I'm excited. We have I have a replacement that's going to come up next Saturday when we get back to the recording. Local to me, so he doesn't have to drive an hour and a half like Tony has to, because Tony's driving from Columbus every time to come up with the board. And so this guy is local, and he's had 13 years of being a DJ.
So he's got one of those DJ voices.
Yeah, I've never personally talked to him. I put a call out. It's like, hey, I'm looking for a third. He's like, I'm really interested, and he told me all of his background and stuff. I said, well, okay, and he's talking to me every night. Like, I'm going to work and I'm getting text messages from him. I'm coming home, I'm sitting here in the morning, I'm getting text messages from him. I'm like, this dude is is amped up and ready to go.
You tell him I'm only going to pay you in breathing air.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
and my dog's attacking you.
There's no pay to be had. Just as a heads up.
Yep.
You can drink my whiskey, but there's no pay to be had here.
Right. That's all Tony wanted. He goes, when Tony first joined the show, the only thing I want is whiskey. I was like, well, we got that in space, bro. You're all right. So
I mean, that's what we do, except for this month. This month kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But
so
that's all right. We'll figure it out.
I'm having one for you right now, brother.
I appreciate it. Make it a quadruple.
Drinking some whiskey war. It's the Raiders of the Lost Oak.
Yeah, so that's an OHLQ pick.
Yes.
What do you think
about that? It's actually all right. It's actually all right. As far as the barrel proof that I have, I think I like the barrel proof just a little bit more, just the run of the mill barrel proof that they put out. But this is actually all right. I don't mind the fact that OHLQ had their hands involved with this. So
okay, so here's my issue with OHLQ and their picks.
Okay, go for it.
So they're picking whatever they're picking, like however many barrels they're picking for whatever they're trying to hit for their quota for that barrel pick. It could be 5 barrels blended, or it could be 5 single barrels. I don't know what that one is, if that's a single barrel or if that's a blended.
Blended straight whiskey, so okay. It's a blended.
So it's a blended.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say they pick 5 barrels out of that, and they chose each barrel based on
the profile from that barrel.
The profile from that barrel, and then they blended those 5 barrels together, and then they bottled that shit.
Right.
Everything that I've ever had from OHLQ falls flat.
Right.
Everything. I have not had, other than Middle West Spirits. I will take that back. The Middle West Spirits, their OHLQ picks have never fallen flat for me. I've never had anything bad from Middle West Spirits at this point. Mm-hmm. And I've probably drank 12 bottles, 13 bottles of their stuff.
Right.
Plus I have a bottle that I still have my last year's.
From the Arnold?
From the Arnold. I still have one bottle that is uncut, unfiltered, straight, like legitimately straight from the barrel with particles in the bottle.
Pumpernickel, right?
What's that?
Is it the pumpernickel?
Yes, the pumpernickel rye, yeah. And it is 120 proof. It is hot as fuck, but it is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
And I probably should end up drinking that bottle, but this year the Arnold's not happening for us.
Why isn't it happening this year?
So for CrossFit, or I shouldn't say CrossFit, for the Arnold affiliate gathering, there was just some fuckery that was going about. Really, we were supposed to be in like a 9,000 square foot area, I think is what it was. And then we got relegated to the fairgrounds in a 14,000 square foot area. Which, great, they gave us more space, but problem is we're not in the convention center at the expo.
Right.
And then it was relegated down to a 6,000 square foot area. And then from there it was, well, there's a 50-50 chance that you'll be in the convention center. Well, with all the jackwagoning around, the guys that the 2 guys that run it just made the decision to cancel it because we didn't know where we were going to be. They weren't giving the board wasn't giving us a straight they weren't giving us a straight answer about it.
Right. And
it was just like, you know what, you guys, and not to get into specifics, but the Arnold is not like it used to be.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Arnold's name's on it, but he has really nothing to do with it anymore. Like as far as owning it and his company running it. And they will take money from the first company that'll give them the most money for floor space. So we're talking, this is a sports and fitness expo.
Right.
Why would a car manufacturer need to be
anything involved with it, right?
In a 10,000 square or a 9,000 square foot section. Like what? Why do they have to? Why does a car manufacturer need to be in this spot? So, and that's what the Arnold was waiting on. They were waiting to see if this sponsor was going to sign or not. And that's why we just kind of was like, we're not doing it. And I was looking forward to it. Like I went out and bought all new fucking camera equipment just specifically for the Arnold. So now I need to start making money on this with this camera, or else Liz is going to divorce me because I've got, well, just for reference, I've got, let's see, that's $1,500. That's 22. That's 23. 1,200. There's like $7,000 worth of camera equipment sitting here to my left.
Damn.
Yeah. And I need more.
Oh yeah.
I need
you
more.
Guys, any photographer I've ever talked to or seen what they do as far as behind the scenes, I know it's not a small setup most times. So
no, and it takes time. Like it's like I shoot for the high school for free, which I don't necessarily like. I do it for the kids, and I don't necessarily do it for the school, and I'm not allowed to charge parents for photos of their kids, which I think I've been pretty vocal about that, even with the school, that it's a stupid rule that they need to change. But the
is that school specific, or is that state of Ohio education?
School specific. School.
Okay.
It's school. So like, because a parent could hire me to come in and take photos of their kids in Lancaster or Amanda or wherever, and I could do it. You know, just hey, the kid's in, stand down on the floor and take photos of the kid, you know, dunking the ball and getting all up in someone's shit about it. But no, it's a school thing here. They don't like it, and I've heard stories about why it's like that now.
Okay.
Which I don't necessarily agree. Like, they should have just handled it a little differently. But then they just did a blanket, like, nope, you can't.
Nope.
There was a photographer who was getting paid by parents and targeting kids. Like, which that's
not good.
Like, you can't, like, I'm out there just to take, like, one, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my portfolio. And two, I'm doing it for the kids so they have shit to post on social media and trying to figure out different things for them to be able to post and have.
Right.
Like, I've had parents come up and say, you know, how much can I want to pay you for X photo? And I'm like, just, I can't take your money. So either you're not getting the photo or I give it to you for free. And luckily I found a loophole that doesn't actually involve the school, but anybody can donate money to me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So I take donations.
Fuck yeah, man. Profit off that shit. You're good. I don't know if I could ever put that kind of portfolio together where I can actually stand and take photos and shit like that, because I think I'd either get really bored real quick or just not have the knack for it. Like it's one of those things you have to almost be an artist for, you know?
It's yes, no, kind of. Like, I fucking hate basketball. I hate basketball with a passion.
You hate most sports. That's the issue.
No, that's not true. I like football.
Yeah.
I can tolerate baseball. I just think that baseball games run entirely too long, and there's too many games in a season.
Right.
I like hockey.
Oh, I fucking love hockey.
But hockey's one of those ones where I don't want to watch it on TV. I have to be there.
Right.
I can watch football on TV. I can tolerate baseball on TV. But my bread and butter is in fitness, like fitness lifting and auto racing.
Right.
So, but none of that shit's ever on TV, and that's like the getting into shoot at a CrossFit event or like a local gym event is it can be a pain in the ass if the gym owner doesn't like you.
Right.
Or whatever the case is. And they're not going to pay you anyway for the smaller events. And the bigger events will pay, but you have to prove that you are good at what you do.
Right.
So, like, I did an event last year, and I got paid for it. And
is that the one you went with Mo out to?
Yeah, we went down
to
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Went down to Tennessee. Well, that competition got canceled this year.
Okay.
They ended
Damn.
it. I'm just like, fuck, everything I touch turns to shit right now.
That's not true.
So I'm trying to figure out. I may start reaching out. I need to start doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 local race teams here in Columbus.
Oh, you're out in like Gahanna or something, right?
Or
Galloway. Yeah, so that's what it is.
So there's MDK, which they already have their own photographers and everything, and then there's Meyer Shank Racing. And I don't know. I'm guessing they have their own media team as well. So, but a buddy of mine has done work for one of the teams, and so I may reach out to him to see if he knows anything, or maybe even if Todd and I team up to go do, like, just hit up some different races throughout the year,
right?
And just do a on our own type of thing, and try to get some photos and try to get paid by some teams to do some stuff. Because he's a photographer and graphic designer as well, so and just see what happens. But I want to get back on the track. Like I've been on the track twice and fucking loved it, every minute of it.
Yeah,
I just want to get back to that again.
So I fell in love with drag racing back when I was a kid because my dad, he got pit passes to go to the spring nationals when there was still the spring nationals at
National Trails
out there. Yeah, National Trails.
Yeah, you need to actually just go out there and do some shit.
Yeah, but it was great because we had to go back there and meet all the drivers stuff in between the races and get autographs and all kinds of shit. So I fell in love with drag racing at that time when I was like 10.
Yeah,
but the way it's all set up now, where they can only go 300, a quarter of a, not even a quarter mile, like an eighth of a mile now, because all the speeds are just fucking ridiculous. It's kind of taken out of it. So
did they change it out there at National Trails then?
I don't think they race at National Trails anymore. I think they're up in Norwalk, if I remember correctly. I think they're up north. Because I think the people up in Norwalk paid more money to get the Spring Nationals or whatever it's called now up there. So
gotcha.
It hasn't been that for a while. My sister actually used to work at Jake's. In their call center and stuff. So her actual picture was on the side of the hauler at one point.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I actually just cashed in a Jake's gift card that I got 20 years ago.
Did you really?
Like a year and a half ago, yeah. I had sat on it for like so long, and I wasn't even sure it was good. I got on their website. Like, let's just see if this thing's even. I put in the gift card code, and it came up and told me I had $170. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Fuck, I could have used that a long time ago.
I'll buy a battery.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
So I bought a battery.
Would you get one of those gel cell ones or something?
Yeah, I got almost like a. It's not an Optima red top. It's something else, but it's just as pricey as that goddamn thing was.
Right.
And yeah, so I got a gel cell for the FJ because it has.
Okay.
Like I've put 4 alternators on that thing. Like something's going on.
God damn.
Or 2 alternators on it. 3 3. It's 3. So I'm on my 4th alternator. So it's the factory one, and I put 3 on it. So
Jesus.
It's eating up alternators, so I don't want it to destroy the battery when it goes out. I actually I was going up to a buddy of mine in Cleveland a couple years ago, 5 years ago, I think. And I was driving from here, and I decided that he wasn't available till like 4 o'clock. So he's a doctor up there, and he's like, well, I don't get, my practice doesn't close until about 4 o'clock on Fridays. He's like, so anytime after 4 come up, we'll hang out and do whatever, go over to a buddy's house. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I left at like 9 o'clock in the morning and detoured over to Youngstown.
Okay.
And went to
your old stomping grounds.
Yeah. And went up to Canfield and went to Jason's old gym before he moved out to Arizona, and like sat and bullshit with him for like 4 or 5 hours. Hung out there, and then hopped back in the truck and started heading towards Cleveland, one of the suburbs over there. And on my way there, the alternator took a shit. I still had an hour and a half's drive worth to go. I drove on battery power for an hour and a half in that FJ all the way to his house. Or actually to his practice. Pulled in the parking lot, parked, and the truck died.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, well, shit, I'm going to have to... I told him, I'm going to have to end up staying the night. Like, there's no way I can drive home.
Right.
And I need to find some place to take my truck because I think the alternator just died. And he was like, well, there's an alternator shop right behind my practice. So we walk around and talk to the guy. And he's like, yeah, he goes, just leave it there. Give me the keys. We'll drag it around. He goes, now I'll take a look at it and replace the alternator and everything. And you should be good to go tomorrow. That's what I ended up doing. And then I've had to replace it like 2 more times since then. And it's covered under warranty. So I only had to pay labor down here, which has been nice.
Nice.
So, but yeah, other than that thing it's a fucking tank.
Yeah, it is. I rode it at that time. We came down. You showed me around Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster.
And Lancaster. And it was all right. That's the first time I've ever been in an FJ before. So it rode real nice.
Yeah, it's not terrible. So, I mean, I would recommend one to anybody.
Right.
And just get one and roll out in it. Like I said,
that's why I got the Flex. I like, I have 3 kids, and I like for them to be able to spread out and stuff. If we take that thing on a trip or something, they don't want to all be sitting on top of each other. So,
you can't do that in the FJ. The FJ, you're sitting on top of each other.
Yeah. And so we going back to the dog. We went to pick Zelda up last night, all the way up Marengo, and the guy was like, he carried her to the car because it was like they had a lot more snow up there than we have here in Sydney.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he carried her to the car and put her in the back of the Flex for us. He's like, "You guys have a good trip." It was 2 hours from there back to the house. So we get about 20 minutes up the road, and Mandy goes, I said, "Man, that dog farted," and she turned around and just, "Nope, had an accident." Good thing it has leather seats in it because that was easy to clean up afterwards. But we stopped and we got that cleaned up and made sure she was okay and stuff. And I think she, with the litter that they had there still, I think she was power eating.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of a chunky girl, and she doesn't like cars. She got car sick twice on the way back home after that. So,
man, you hit the jackpot with that one.
We had to give her a bath when we got home. We had to clean it back at the back of the Flex out. Yeah, it was pretty rough. I'm like, just roll the windows down. We'll be good. Just get her home, get her washed up. So,
she's a pretty little thing. It's probably just anxiety.
Yeah, she's a pretty little thing. Like most of those German short hairs, you get them. They're what's called ticking on them. They have mostly white, but they'll have like the liver colored or some black ticked all the way through their body.
Yeah,
like Link's front legs from here down, they're almost completely all black.
Yeah, from his elbows, basically his elbows to his feet.
Are pretty much all black, and he's ticked all the way through his body except for his head, is all that liver color. He's got a white band that goes over his nose like this, kind of like a mustache.
Yeah,
but she's completely opposite. She is completely white, which is weird because I haven't seen a white German short hair pointer in a long time. And she's got an all over head and one white stripe that goes down the front of her nose. She's a pretty little woman.
I would have named her Trixie.
Yeah.
Because she's a stripper. She's got that one pole goes right down the front of her face.
Yeah. Well, we named Link. I told him, I said, The Adventures of Zelda and Link are my favorite video games. So it's like, let's name him Link.
Hell yeah.
And when he gets in trouble, I call him Lincoln. They know he's in trouble when I call him Link. But when we decided to I sprung it on Mandy this week. I said, let's. I kept sending her pictures. And she's like, I never told her that the dogs are free. And then Thursday afternoon, I was like, what are you doing Saturday? She's like, nothing. I was like, let's go get a dog. She's like, how can we afford a dog? I said, free to a good home with papers. So
done.
Yep, done. So if anything, it was worth it to our trip out there one way to just go look at them.
Yeah, I'm slowly convincing Liz that Benny needs a
little buddy.
Benny needs a buddy.
Yep.
So, and I think it's starting. I'm wearing her down slowly. The kids are too. They're like, we need a second dog. Benny
Your house is big enough. You'll have plenty of room to run around.
Oh, there's plenty of room in the house and outside. Now,
Yeah.
granted, we don't have as much land as we did before, but I'm fine with that.
No, it was 5 acres at the last place, right?
I had 5 acres here. I only have about an acre and a half.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I mean, because that just means it's only going to take me about 30 minutes to mow.
Right.
I don't know how that math works, but that's what I keep telling everybody.
So I you know this, I work second shift. And the jackasses up here that run the city officials up here, which I love the city. I have no issues with the city itself. But I live inside city limits. So you have an upper hand on me because you get to do pretty much whatever you want out at your place. But
yeah, kind of.
They've decided that they're coming through the past 3 or 4 weeks, and they're working on all the gas lines in the 3 streets that surround my street.
Yeah.
And so a guy came and they've been freaking tearing up my front yard. They've been putting markers in my front yard. Out by the sidewalk, they've dug big holes in the grass and stuff out there. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, the guy came and knocked on my door this past week. He's like, because my gas meter is down in the basement.
Yeah.
He came to the door and he said, hey, he introduced himself, and I recognized him from the neighborhood. I know what they're doing. And he goes, we're going to take your gas meter and move it out of the basement to the side of the house. He just wanted to go down to the basement and look, see where he could exit out of the house to do all that stuff. And I was like, how long am I going to be without gas? It's like 3 or 4 hours. It better not be on a day where it's freaking -2 outside. So
you better pre-plan everything so you're just moving that meter outside and hooking it back up, and shouldn't take that long.
No, he said 3 hours at the most. And where they're gonna this wall behind me, down this way is where they're gonna come in on the side of the house, because the furnace is like right there. So
gotcha.
That'll be really easy for them. But yeah, that's a little irritating when they don't really announce what they're doing, and they're just out tearing up the street and everything else. And they're out here at 8 o'clock in the morning when you work second shift, you're trying to sleep and it's waking you up. And
hey, you chose second shift. Fuck off.
Yeah, right. I make more money on second shift, though.
I mean, I don't blame you. If I could do what I do now and work second shift, I'd do it too and make more money.
I'm a night owl anyway. You know that about me. I'm always. There's been times I've sent you shit at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what the fuck's this kid doing up?
I'm like, you're worse. You're as bad as Randy is.
Yeah. Some days. I've gotten to the point now where it's like, I get home at 11:30, 12. I'm like, about another half hour, I'm going to bed. So
that's about time I go to bed.
Yeah.
About 11 o'clock. Somewhere around there. But yeah. So what are you smoking?
I am smoking a Arturo Fuentes Especiales.
Ooh. Those are nice.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
One of those. Yeah, that's good. It's one of those weird ones that are kind of squared off. I don't know how I really feel about the squared off ones, like they're pressed.
Yeah, it's just
it's all right. It smokes real good. It's how it's packaged.
Yeah, it's just how they're packaged. Yeah, I am.
I know you don't catch my show very often. That is what it is.
It's not that I don't catch it. It's right. That I really don't watch anything on YouTube.
I got you. And I'm not faulting you for it. I follow you guys, and I'll do what I can to help you guys out as far as liking your shit and stuff, because you and I have been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
You didn't catch kind of our Christmas special. Let me show you something I got for Christmas. I think you'll dig this. Hold on one second, grab it. So
you go grab it.
I'm grabbing it. It's just on the other side of the room.
I'm going to play a round of Candy Crush.
Okay. Well, I'm back already. So.
All right. Well, round's over.
Right. My mom gave me this for Christmas, and it's an old ass cigar cutter from Germany.
That looks like a circumciser.
Yeah, no shit, right? It was in my great grandmother's house when she passed away, and my mom snatched it up, not knowing that in about 20 years I was going to be a cigar smoker.
That is.
And so this past Christmas, she gave it to me with a note saying it was one of my great uncle's cigar cutter.
Nice.
And it was from Germany. So it's sharp as fuck. Like I was running my finger across it. It's still fucking sharp. So
I mean, you got a German circumciser. I've got a full travel embalming kit.
Do you really?
Yep.
No shit.
My grandfather was a mortician.
I did not know that.
And so I've got a ostrich skin medical bag
Uh-huh.
that has basically everything in it you would need to embalm somebody, like bottles, tubes, all of the tools. And then I have a fold out like portfolio. It's probably, I don't know, 5 by 12, 6 by 12, and it trifolds open. And it's got needles and sutures, and it's got scalpels and scissors and clamps and all this other shit in it.
Oh, yeah, man. That's cool as fuck.
I think I'm going to try to letterbox it for the basement.
Okay.
So like I want everything stuck to like a background. I'm gonna frame everything up and hang it on the wall as decoration for the basement.
That's cool.
It's done. But that's
if you need anything 3D printed for your new area, let me know. I still have my printer and stuff. So
I was going to ask you about that. There was something I was going to ask you about, and then I'm like, Corey sold his shit.
Nope, I still got it. I just haven't turned it on in a while. In fact, I was going to turn it on today and make something because I'm going to make a camera mount to attach to the wall so I can get it off the stand because the dog's running in here, or the Link runs in here and he hits the camera mount every once in a while. So for the tripod that the camera sits on. So I'm going to move it up on the wall so that you can't bother it no more.
Yeah, there was something. I just don't remember what it was. I was going to ask you what it would cost to do it.
Just send me a message after we get done if you remember what it is. I'll hook you up.
I'll remember sometime next year. I'll be like, that's what it was. Yeah. It was a butt plug.
Oh, yeah. I can do that. Maybe.
It's ribbed.
That's Randy on it.
No, thank you.
Oh, shit.
Hard fucking pass on that.
Very hard pass. Oh, shit.
Only if it's solid. It can't be that hollow shit.
No. Did you see that? I don't know if you watch more Instagram reels than I do. There was a person that went into get an MRI, but they had a butt plug in, and it had a solid metal core in it. So they fucking stuck them in the MRI and fucking shot way up into their fucking their liver. And shit.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we had that video on the show about 4 or 5 months ago, and the fucking boys were just losing it.
No, I didn't.
I do that to them all the time. Where I just bring random shit in, like, check this out, and it actually had the X-ray where the fucking butt plug was up touching their liver and shit because it shot straight up into their...
I'm surprised it didn't shoot out through their fucking head.
No kidding.
I have seen, or not seen, but I have heard where people had taken their guns into MRIs and they discharged.
Fucking idiots.
Like shooting them in the butt or shooting them in the leg or whatever.
Right.
It's like, why the fuck would you... They tell you not to have anything metal on you. Why would you not? Well, one, why would you take your gun in there anyway? Like,
right.
Leave that shit in the locker.
Yeah.
But
you probably shouldn't have it in the fucking hospital anyway. I think that's a no carry area anyway, but...
Yeah, but you think that's going to stop the criminals?
No, fuck no, it ain't.
They're in there to get their meth.
Yeah. It didn't stop the criminal that was in my house doing my podcast with me. He was carrying every goddamn time he was up here.
I bet.
So,
I mean...
Fucking idiot.
Well, we're not going to get into that.
No, we won't.
For your sake.
So, yeah.
For your sake.
I'm just happy I have friends I can tell the story to, and it can just be where it is. I don't have to fucking deal with it as far as my mental health or anything more. It's just fucking, you think you know people.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then you don't.
Nope.
I'll tell you later as well. I got not a similar story, but something similar.
Damn.
But yeah, whatever.
That's for another time. Yeah, it's for another time.
But anyhow, so hey, we've been recording for like an hour, and we ain't said anything thoughtful.
No, just in there bullshitting. That's what we do on our show. It's just bullshit.
I mean, it's, like I said, Mike had something come up, and Randy.
I hope everything's okay with Mike. I like Mike. So.
Yeah, and Randy, he was like, well, I told Beth we canceled the show. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I'll figure something out. And I was sitting here.
I actually have something for Mike that I talked to him a long time ago, and since you're not recording this as far as video is concerned, I can show it to you. So,
Yeah, I'm not recording screen recording. So, oh, nice.
So I did that. Yeah.
He's going to fucking hate it.
It fucking sucks, Corey. Eventually when I come down and record with you guys, and I actually have it finished. It's not quite finished yet, but I'll bring that down for him. So he does have a surprise gift coming.
Nice. Yeah, you'll have to get down here soon. I'm trying to get some things lined up for the show. Like I want to get Joe and Lauren Luby on.
Fuck yeah, dude. Lauren is so awesome.
I already asked Lauren if she wanted to be on. She's like, yeah, and that was like 3-4 months ago, and I still haven't. Because I'm just fucking lazy, and I don't want to bother people.
Right, I'm the same way.
I feel like I'm bothering somebody if I ask them if they want to be on the show, or I don't want her to think I'm expecting like her to send a bunch of free bottles or something.
No, I think she understands that.
So, but on the other side is I haven't bought any bottles of 2-bitch in a long time, and I need to buy some.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that and Old Raleigh Distilling, I need to get. We actually had some people down in Charleston. Granted, that's South Carolina, not North Carolina, but I was like, hey, while you're down there, can you check and see if you can find, Old Raleigh Distilling? Mm-hmm. And I asked a group in general, and a non-whiskey drinking person responded and said, yes, what do you want? Mm-hmm. And I said, see if you can find Old Raleigh Distilling. I should have followed up with in one of the local liquor stores.
Right.
The response I got was they're about 4 hours away.
Okay.
Well, I know where they're at.
Right.
But that's not the question I asked.
Right. So, I think we have family friends from when I was growing up that moved from Columbus down in that area. So I think that's where, I think they're in North Carolina. I think they're pretty close to them. But now that we can order it and get it up here, I don't tend to try to bother people like, hey, can you do this for me? Because I don't know how often they come back to Ohio. I think all the families down there in North Carolina now, so they would never come back. But
right. Well, I think I'm thinking about potentially making a drive down there specifically to go there.
Dude, if you go, let me know.
I'm thinking I'm contemplating it like sometime potentially in the spring, like just driving down there and just to get like a couple bottles and check the place out and
bomb back up. Mm-hmm. Dude, if you want somebody to ride with you, let me know. I'll go with you.
That works. I'll let you know because I'm just like fuck it.
I fucking love those guys. Since you introduced them to me, I spread their word as much as I can. I freaking love them.
Yeah, I do the same for 2-bitch and for Old Raleigh. Yeah. They're well, I've been following Brandon and Old Raleigh since before he even started the distillery.
Right.
Before he even started building it, it was I'm thinking about doing this to a 3 years later.
Here it is.
We are.
Yeah.
Today, and they're, he's producing. No, he's not producing his own stuff, but he's blending his own stuff.
Right.
So, and then the same thing with 2-bitch. I found them when they were only available in Eureka.
Right.
And that was it. So, and then found a couple other places that I've since disowned. That I won't do any business with whatsoever.
Yeah, I have a company like that since someone's left the show that I will never freaking drink anymore.
Well, thank God.
Yeah.
Because
that shit was horrible.
Watershed's just fucking awful. Let's just say for who
it is. The one bottle I liked was they had a caramel cream delight, which actually is not bad. But anything else I've had, it's been rough. It's been real fucking rough. So, I didn't enjoy drinking most of it. And it's been since moved out of my cabinet and it's been put somewhere else so I don't have to look at it anymore.
I would just dump it down the drain. I wouldn't even keep that shit.
It's about where it's going to go.
I've done it. So, I've dumped whole bottles down the drain because they're...
Yeah.
I didn't pay for them when I dumped them. But
I didn't pay for any of these either, so I'm not gonna be heartbroken if I do dump them. But
I was just like, fuck it. I'm I'm not. They don't want to back their product up, and they don't want to, try to rectify the issue.
Right.
Then I'm not going to support them, and fuck it. When you've got a bottle of whiskey that goes bad after a week, 2 weeks of having it,
it's bad.
I'm not willing to. When you try to politely talk to them about it, and they tell me, "Well, nothing we can do about it."
Yeah, sorry about your luck.
Sorry about your luck. Well, guess what? I had planned on driving all the way. I had planned on driving 6 hours for one of your bottle launches, so that I could buy 2 or 4 bottles of what you had, and
right
now I'm not.
Right.
So,
I think you and I have made 2024 the year of we're not drinking shit whiskey anymore.
I'm done drinking.
I know you brought that up kind of at the end of the year. I was like, the things I have in my cabinet are the things I like to drink, and there's a shit ton in there. I've sent you pictures of my cabinet. You know how much I have. I know how much you have.
Yeah.
I
don't have
but it's like
anymore,
I'm not. Yeah, I know. I'm not going on my way to try something and know it's going to be shit to begin with. So, it's companies like that make it really hard to really find something local, unless you're really look for, like, we have High Banks, we have Middle West, which I really like. But those are both great there in Columbus.
Middle West is by far the best that's coming out of the Midwest in general.
Yeah,
like not just Ohio, but in the Midwest.
Right. I don't know if you've seen it in your area. I know they're kind of starting to creep into Columbus, but there's a company called A.M. Scott. They're out of Troy. They're right down the street from Hainer. I know you and I have mixed decisions or mixed thoughts on Hainer, because
that sounds familiar.
A.M. Scott, they, I think, are opening a restaurant and bottle shop in Powell or Plain City. I think it's Plain City that they're opening up one.
Okay.
They're right here in Troy. They do, they go buy MGP products and then they put it in their bottle. But they're actually getting to the point now where they've been open long enough that they're going to start doing their own shit. So they're going to start.
That's kind of how places start. They start sourcing either MGP, plus they start making gin and vodka and all that stuff, because it only takes like a day to make gin and vodka.
Right.
And then so that they can start producing their own recipe.
Right.
And then barreling that if they're going to decide to barrel it.
Right. So these guys are out of Troy. They're actually, I'm going to come down. I have a couple bottles here, and we went to visit them at the bottle shop, and the owner happened to be there that day. And we got to talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, hold on a second." And right we were getting ready, he said, "Hold on a second, I got something for you guys." And I'm thinking like a hat or a fucking pin or something with their logo on it,
Yeah.
He brought out a $60 bottle of 90 proof whiskey and said, "Here you go." So free whiskey. So
that's the whole reason
awesome.
I started this show.
Yeah.
I just wanted free alcohol. Free stuff.
I have that, and they just released as of yesterday, 2 days ago, they have their own rye that they just put out. It's a 7-year rye.
Okay.
So it's actually really good. Like I said, when I come down, I have a cigar blend, and at 92 proof, I'll bring down for you guys to try out. That's actually really good.
Yeah, that'd be great. So they're, speaking of cigar blends.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I told the story on the show, but I'll tell it again briefly. So we were down on the trail. It was me and the Bourbon Hunters and a couple other guys. Yeah. Jason C. from the Mash and Drum, and we're all hanging out. Well, a couple of the guys wanted to go they went over to Michter's to do the Bottle Your Own experience. You get to stick a label on a bottle, stick the bottle under a nozzle, pull the handle, cork it, seal it, you're done. So you get to say that, hey, I put the whiskey in this bottle by myself. It's the same shit you would get in the stores. Nothing. Yeah,
nothing crazy.
Nothing real crazy about it. I just like Michter's is good. I think their bourbon's better than their ryes. But that's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. But I don't typically go in and get anything at Michter's when we're down there. So myself, Jason C., another guy named JD, we all decided we were going to go over to Buzzard's Roost.
Okay.
Now, Buzzard's Roost is more of a newer craft distillery. But they had just released a cigar rye.
Okay.
And we're sitting there, and Jason's like, I got your guys' drinks. Don't worry about it. No big deal. So he he bought us each a round, and I was fucking around with the waitress. She had a good sense of humor about her. Mm-hmm. And I said, and Jason said something. He's like, "Hey, do you guys have any of the cigar rye?" And she's like, "No, we're completely out." And I looked at her. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me, right?" And she like looks at me, and I said, "Do you know who this guy is? This is like whiskey royalty here. This is Jason C. from the Mash and Drum, and you're going to tell him that you guys don't have any cigar rye? Whatever." And she like laughed. And she's like, she goes, "Sorry, don't to tell you, we're out."
Right.
She came back with 4 glasses later, and she's like, "Shh, don't tell anybody." And I looked at Jason, I was like, I was totally fucking around with her. Like,
yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I know." I said, "But whatever." So it's available here in Ohio. All of that just to get to Buzzard's Roost Cigar Rye is available here in Ohio.
Buzzard's Roost.
And it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So I picked up a bottle of that last week, and I picked up a bottle of Travelers. And I don't have high hopes for Travelers. I haven't heard good things about it.
Is that Chris Stapleton thing?
The Chris Stapleton Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Yeah, it may have been a $40 mistake or a $40 mixer. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it. It's still sealed. Right. So I guess we'll see. But
damn.
That's all right.
We had that. Good.
No, go ahead. So what are you going to say?
We had that the holiday soft red wheat on the show not too long ago. That's actually some good shit.
Is it?
If you can get we get that here in the state now too. So
okay, I'll have to.
That's good.
So I think
that's a bottle and bond, if I remember correctly. I'm looking at the bottle right now. I think it says bottle and bond on it. So
so it's 100 proof.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. At least 4 years.
Yep.
I think this year, other than a few things that I think I'm gonna pick up, I think I'm going to join a whiskey club, and I'm only going to buy the whiskey club picks.
So like cows or something?
Yeah, not cows though. That's
what Michael does, right?
Michael does that. I haven't been real impressed with some of the stuff that they've picked. Like some of it's been good, but some of it's been not so good. Like the one bottle that I have, it's High Banks.
High Banks.
And it's that Trail of Unicorn Tears, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I bought 2 bottles of it.
Okay.
Because they opened it up to the public, and I'm like, oh, I liked it when I had it at Mike's, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not so much feeling it after I got my own bottle.
You're not liking it anymore.
Or maybe that was the problem. Maybe it was that it hadn't sat, and I needed to go back to it. So I've got an unopened bottle of that I'm trying to figure out what to do with. I was going to donate to Jason for his Blendageddon bourbon raffle at the end of the year, but I completely forgot. So, whoopsies. That's all right. I'll keep it for another year, and then I'll donate it then, and I can call it a 2022 bottle. It's vintage.
It's vintage.
And but I also have a bottle of Weller 12.
I saw you posted that.
And I don't like Weller 12.
Really?
I'm not.
Never had it.
It's
never had it.
Oh, I'm not going to open my bottle for you. You can wait till you get some at Mike's if you want to try it.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I won't sell it, but I would trade it. Because selling liquor is illegal.
It is very, very illegal.
But trading or giving it away is a gift, isn't it?
No.
So
here's your birthday. Here's your birthday.
Yeah. So I may do a swap on it for something else.
There you go.
I'll have to see how to do that. I did see that some dipshit was selling a Whistle Pig piggy bank whiskey rye.
I think I saw it too.
On Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I saw it. What an idiot.
I'm like, this isn't going to last. But
no.
Whatever. But yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty dry January so far.
Right.
And I'm not upset about it.
No. Like, you do this every year though, so.
I do. Last year I think was harder than this year.
Right.
Like it was. I don't know why last year was harder, but like this year I just kind of breezed through it. Like it's what the 21st. I got 10 more days, and then it's a free for all to just drunken fucking mouth orgies. So I'm just looking forward to whatever that first drink is going to be.
Right.
And I think I may just go straight hazmat, like 144 proof, and just be like, it's so fucking hot. It burns
that
so
Jay Bowman.
bad. Yeah. Which I didn't win that I didn't win the opportunity this year.
Damn, I never win any of the fucking bottle lotteries or anything around here. So you're at least you're ahead of me as far as that's concerned. So.
Well, yeah. I won one OHLQ lottery once for a bottle of Weller Full Proof, which was really good.
It is really good. We had it up here. We had a guest up who's more into whiskey than I ever thought he would be, and he had a full bottle of it. He was, if you guys want to crack it open. I'm like, done. So,
yeah, and then I got that A. Bowman Smith cash strength, which is really good.
Right, the 144 proof.
Yeah, that's so good. I really wish that they would give you the opportunity for people that didn't pick up their bottles to get a bottle.
Right.
But they
just kind of put that back. They just kind of put that back, then, don't they?
I think I don't know. I'm gonna speculate.
Or do they bottle it knowing you're showing up?
No, because the shit was already bottled like months ago.
Okay.
And they set aside so many bottles. Like I want to say I heard that they set aside 1,500 bottles.
Okay.
So because they get quite a few people. Because it's open to everybody in the U.S. So if someone from California enters and wins, they just got to get
to pick it up.
Get to Virginia to pick it up. So
no shipping available.
Nope, and you must pick it up in person with your valid state ID.
Damn.
I'm going to speculate that anything that people don't come and get, they put it back as promotional bottles.
Probably.
So that they can give them away or give them to restaurants, just put them back into that stack of stuff. Because there are restaurants that do get it, and other places that do get it. They'll give out samples of it, and while you're there, and they do free tours, which is cool.
That is cool.
Free tour and tasting. It's because I did that when I was waiting to pick up my bottle.
Right.
So before I went down to DC and ran around.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah, all the monuments with my brother-in-law, like two little fucking unsupervised children.
Yeah. See, that's what I always wanted to go to DC. We're not overly close, but enough that you have to plan it to go. But I've never made it that far to go see all that shit. So.
It's a good time. I've been there a couple times. I mean, I went in 6th grade for the 6th grade, DC trip.
Right.
That I think most schools in Ohio do.
We didn't.
No, well, right. Every school but yours.
I was also in Columbus Public during my 6th grade year, so we didn't do shit like that.
You didn't do that shit.
No. We were lucky we got to go downtown and see how they made lunch every fucking year.
Right. And you were downtown.
Yeah.
I did Christmas in DC one year with my sister and brother-in-law. That was fun. And then we spent we spent a week over there. And what else? Oh, and then I made that other trip where him and I, just that weekend trip. So we ran around like kids.
Yeah, in high school for choir, because I'm a choir kid, and a nerd. Yeah,
queer.
You can
Choir queer.
Right. We went to Toronto one year.
Canada?
Yeah.
Ohio?
No.
You went to Toronto, Ohio?
Canada. And that was fun. That was a fun trip. We got to put on performances. We actually had a tap dance number that we practiced all summer. And we went up in the CN Tower on their glass floor, and we did the fucking tap dance a cappella style on that fucking glass floor in front of everybody.
River dancing on a glass floor?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
So you guys had to go up there and perform for other people?
No, we just went. It was a trip up there to perform. But that, when we went to the CN Tower, that was just for us to go up and see the CN Tower. And we were all sitting on the glass. Like, the glass is, that thick.
Oh, yeah. It's like 12, 13 inches thick.
Yeah. And you're standing on, you get the willies because you're looking over nothing. And like, well, let's just tap dance on it and see what the fuck happens. So we're just up there stomping the shit out of the glass.
Hey, whatever gets your rocks off. The fear of it.
Yeah, that was fun. And then my senior year, we went to New Orleans.
Oh, okay. That'd be fun.
So that was fun. We were told we were never allowed to go down on Bourbon Street. But my best friend's dad, who was our chaperone, was like, let's fucking go to Bourbon Street. So we went down to Bourbon Street one night, walked around. That was fun.
It smells like this.
Yeah, it does. And we got to go to Harry Connick Sr.'s bar and watch him perform.
Nice.
He opened the bar for us like at noon and performed. He did a whole fucking set for us.
Nice.
So cool. That was really cool. That was cool.
Yeah, so. I did the choir thing in middle school. Mm-hmm. And we did go to Canada. We went to Toronto and we went to the Fantasia Theater and saw Phantom of the Opera. We didn't go to perform. We went specifically to see Phantom of the Opera. We saw Miss Saigon up there when we went. So okay, that's when they had that up there, and they had to adjust the stage because they had tracks and they had to rebuild the whole stage. That stuff that came out on tracks and stuff, and that was pretty cool. Nice, but very cool. Never seen Phantom. It was good. I mean, I was 12, so what I remember of it. Right. But yeah, it was good. It was fun. Yeah. I think. What you remember of it? What I remember of it. So, cool, man. Well, we've been going for a little over an hour. I'll hop off here and go see what the rest of the family's doing. Hey, I really appreciate you jumping on, just recording a show with me. Hey, no problem, man. Anytime, you know that about just me. For shits and giggles. For shits and giggles. Because it was either this, record with somebody, or put out a previous show. Right. I'm like, I could have grabbed a show from like the first year. Yeah. And put it out. Well, I just lost like 20 hours of content, so. Well, I mean, technically, you could still put it out, but. It's no point in putting that bullshit out there. I wouldn't. I didn't. I actually deleted anything I had. I deleted, so it's completely gone. I don't even have it. So yeah, I've done that once. It's for the better. It's for the better though. People who the close ones that we have, they're friends that obviously and some of the friends that are being real close to the show, they know what's going on because it is what it is. But yeah, I just decided it was not worth my time or effort to look at his face anymore and have to deal with it. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. So all right. Well, we're gonna end the show and then do whatever. So. Yes, sir. I'll see you soon. All right. Sounds good, man. All right, buddy. All right.